got the plastic in the frame, got the heating element turned on, and let's start off with what do I want to do? Let's do a couple of the scoops for the P38. I got enough room on my vacuum forming box here for 2 of these at a time. Use a little less plastic, but even the plastic is cheap, so it doesn't matter. I do have one little problem. I broke the switch on my wife's vacuum cleaner. Okay? So in order to operate it, I can't just turn it on. I've got to plug it in and turn it on. So some things are going to happen here with the vacuum running in the background, and then I'm going to explain as we go along after that. Okay? In order to turn the vacuum on, I'll plug it in. What's happening now is the vacuum is sucking down through the box here, through all these little holes and into the vacuum. Right? I like using a pair of pliers to hold this just for the fact that I don't like to burn my fingers. I'd like you to zoom in real close here. I want you to look at the plastic. When I hold it above the burner, you're going to see the plastic kind of wrinkle up a little bit. And then it's going to stretch out. Alright? And as I continue to heat it, you'll see it start to sag down. Well, once it starts to sag down, it's ready to set down on the form. Alright? Now, the farther you let it sag down, the thinner the parts will be. Alright? That is, unless you get it to sag too far down, you touch the burner. Then you don't get parts, you have to start over and you got a stinky mess. So don't let it touch the burner. But anyway, as the plastic wrinkles up a little bit, stretches out, then starts to sag. Once it starts to sag, I can set it down on top of here. And what I'm looking for, as soon as I set it on there, you're going to hear a swoop sound. It'll be the vacuum sucking it down. I want you to watch close. I'm going to do this a couple times so you can see it. It's easy. Some of you might have been plunge molding before. Once you do this, you'll never go back to the plunge method. Alright, watch since you won't be able to hear. Hold it a little ways above the burner. You see it start to wrinkle a little bit? Starting to stretch out. Starting to sag. We have successfully formed 2 molds, or 2 pieces for the tail boom on a P38 Lightning. Pretty simple matter at this point. I like to take, while the parts are right in here, take my scissors and start cutting this apart. Just leave that one there. Not actually making them tonight, so I'm just kind of showing you how to do them. There's the part. If you notice on the plastic mold that we had here, there's a little score on here. I don't think you can see it in the video here, but there's a little score here where the actual part needs to be cut for the plane. But I don't need to get to that point yet. All I got to do is cut this off close enough to where I can peel this off of the mold. Again, this is where it kind of helps to have the screw in the bottom that you can hold on to it. There's been times where I've had parts where it was easier to take and hook up compressed air and blow onto it to blow it off of here. You know, little edges that rolled around here. There we go. A very, very lightweight, and I never measured weighed the originals of these, but I can guarantee you that this is much lighter. It's much thinner and lighter than the original ones, which means a lighter plane, which means I can build a better flying plane. do a demo on another little item here. Let's see. The propeller blades. Alright. I like to vacuum form my propeller blades in a lot of cases. I can put a toothpick on with the mold here. What I've got is I got a piece of cardstock that's cut the shape of the propeller blade that I want, glued it on top of a piece of PVC pipe. Right? That leaves me the propeller blade set at the typical 15-degree angle and all that. But when I vacuum form it, you're going to see a groove that's in the propeller blade that my spar will actually fit in. No more of this trying to align the spar on it, don't know exactly where it goes. I know exactly where it goes because I left a groove in it from the vacuum forming process. Now, if you wanted the silver prop, use the gray ones over there. You can use the black prop. Props on a P38 would have been black, so I use the black ones here. And here we go again with the vacuum. Wrinkles up, stretches out. Starting to sag. I believe you could hear that high-pitched kind of whine there. All right. You don't need two-stage vacuums. This vacuum's got more than enough. What actually happened there is it pulled the plastic so tight underneath the PVC pipe here that it actually sucked a hole through the plastic. That's a lot of vacuum for just a standard old home vacuum cleaner. Right? You don't need two-stage vacs to do this. Get the mold out. I have two nice shaped propellers here. You can see the edges in it. I don't know if you can take a good look there, zoom in. You can also see where there's a groove for the spar to lay into when I go to put it together. Nice little lightweight plastic props. Alright. Very simple to make. If you don't want the groove, you make them without the toothpick on it. It works just as well, except it's harder to line the spar up. Okay. Windshields. If you take your windshields, cut them off the plans, glue them onto, say your plane's got 1/16 side frames on it, do a 1/16 form such as this, vacuum form clear on it. Your windshield now, you'll be able to take and cut it out to where it actually snaps into the side of the plane, all right? Flush with the outside if you want, recessed in a little bit depending on what kind of scale creation you're trying to make. Is it perfectly scale? No, but you're going to put real weather stripping on it, go ahead if you want, all right? Again, canopies all over the place, just do them in clear. This is one that I hand painted, never did like it. I wound up doing a couple other ones and actually put them on my Avenger, but that's from an old Willows kit. Right? The main point of this vacuum forming demonstration, however, is my nose blocks. All right? I got tired of wobbly nose blocks. All right? My nose blocks, I would spend hours sanding a piece of wood to fit inside the front end of my plane, never seeming to get it tight. I mean, I'd get it there, but it was kind of loose, and after a while it'd wear loose anyway, it'd wobble around, might fall out in flight when the rubber got relaxed.